Welcome, folks, to Crypto News Global. I'm your host, Nick Toka. On today's show, Canaan launches dual-purpose Bitcoin mining device that also heats your home. And the feature story today is crypto whales gobble up 2.7 billion worth of XRP and DOGE in just the last 2 days. And in our Ask AI segment, we are going to compare Grok AI versus Chat GPT, and this time we're going to ask it to create us an image of an actual place, and that place is going to be Banff Mountain Resort in Canada, and I'm curious to see how it does. Last few days or last week we created the images I'm showing on the left here, and they turned out pretty decently. And I want to see how they compare now when actually asking about a specific place, a known place, not a fantasy place. All this and so much more on today's show. Welcome, Crypto Fam. I'm your host, Nick Toka, and you have reached Crypto News Global. We've got some good stories for you today, and we're going to go through our Bitcoin and crypto technical analysis, followed by our market watch and some of these stories. And later on, we are going to compare Grok with Chat GPT, and we're going to see how they do with creating known place. So I've been to this place, Banff, Alberta, Canada, and it's just spectacular there, right in the midst of all the Rocky Mountains. So let's see what it does. I'm curious to see if it's going to be fantasy picks from ChatGPT, the way it's been doing, and realistic from Grok, or what the situation is going to be, or even if they get it close. I'm curious to see on both accords. So we shall see that later on in the show. Right now, let's go right into our technical analysis, and we've got Bitcoin in the green at 95,000, ETH up 0.5% at 32.95, Solana up about 1% at 189.273, XRP up another percent, $2.50, and DOGE at 34 cents, up about 0.5%. Let's look at our market caps, and Bitcoin's market cap is getting close to 1.9 trillion right now. Ethereum at 395 billion, XRP at 146 billion, pulled way ahead of Tether now. They were equal for quite a few weeks there. Tether at number 4, BNB 5, Solana at 91 billion with the 6th largest market cap, Doge at 50 million, Cardano number 9, 34 million, and Tron to wrap up the top 10 at 20 billion. The total market cap today is 3.24 trillion, with Bitcoin up again in terms of market dominance, at 58% even. XRP holding steady at 4.5%, followed by USDT. Ethereum also steady at 12.18. They keep losing ground, 1 or 2% or 10.1% a day. And let's check out our crypto bubbles. And we've got Hype up 10%, Hex 7%, KCS up 5%. But a mixed bag today in up and down, red and green. things going pretty much sideways. It's been like this for a few days now, and generally when that happens, we're going to expect something explosive coming up. And let's zoom out to the weekly. We have almost everything in the red. We have got the AI. What was pumping 2 weeks ago is now not in favor anymore. The AI-16Z down 40% for the week. Virtual down 33%. Enna down 28%. Brett, Python, MNT, Rune, Jasmy down 20%. Surprising. Let's zoom out to the month, and again we have most things in the red, except for BGB up 110%, but WIF down 46%, Beam down 37%, Jasmy down 30%. Yeah, quite a bit in the bad, and even Shiba Inu down 23%, Flow down 26%. But for amusement, let's flip into the yearly and look at the bullish side of things, and then we see everything is in the green. We've got Pepe up 1,300%, Jasmy up almost 500%, BGB 1,000%. Yeah, you know. OM, never heard of it, but up 5,500%. DOGE up 300%. Let's get into our crypto fear and greed index, and today's a 61 in greed, yesterday a 62 in greed, and last week a 76. And our Bitcoin halving countdown decreased a lot. It was at close to 1,200. Let me refresh this to make sure this is accurate. Yeah, it's fluctuating quite a bit. Right now it looks like 912 days until the next halving, which actually has brought down even the date, the year, to 2027, August. This is the chart on the right is more of an average. And that still says, April 15th, April 14th, and 1,190 days until the halving. We currently have 1,190,572 left to mine until the year 2140. And the blocks until halving, we have 170,983 coins to mine until the next halving. And let's go into our global asset watch worldwide, and no change amongst all the big players here. We still have gold at 18 trillion, Apple at 3.5, Nvidia 3.3, Microsoft 3.1, Google 2.3, Amazon 2.3. There's our Bitcoin 1.876 trillion market cap, ahead of Saudi Aramco at 1.805 trillion, silver just under that in the 9th spot, followed by Meta at 10 and Tesla to wrap up the top 11. I'd like to add Tesla in there, even though normally we look at the top 10. And you can currently get 1,037 Satoshis for one US fiat dollar. And let's go into our U.S. debt clock, and today we are up another 6 billion from yesterday, 36,343,459,000,000 in U.S. debt, making that 106,888 per citizen and $323,045 per taxpayer. Now, into our stories for the day, we've got Canaan. This is a really interesting one. Launches dual-purpose Bitcoin mining device that heats homes. So it's basically a miner, and the excess heat is somehow pumped into your heating system of your house, and it'll heat your home, which then doesn't lose really any energy because you're heating your house. Bitcoin ASIC manufacturer Canaan announced the launch of its latest products, the Avalon Mini 3 and Nano 3S, at CES 2025 in Las Vegas. These Bitcoin mining devices aim to simplify cryptocurrency mining for individuals while incorporating unique dual-purpose functionality. According to the official press release, the Avalon Mini 3 combines high-performance Bitcoin mining with home heating, boasting a hash rate of 37.5 terahash per second, not too shabby, and a user-friendly app-controlled interface. Meanwhile, the Avalon Nano 3S is an upgraded version of the popular Nano 3, which features a hash rate of 6 terahash, a fraction of the beast, the Avalon Mini, at 37.5 terahash, and is being marked as the beginner-friendly entry point to Bitcoin mining. Excellent. Key advantages of the products include a plug-and-play setup for ease of use and a focus on energy efficiency. The Avalon Mini addresses environmental concerns by recycling computational energy into home heating, allowing users to offset energy costs while minimizing waste. Canaan CEO N. Zhang spoke about the company's vision of combining practicality with sustainability and added, transforming cryptocurrency mining rigs into household devices is not a new, added, the Avalon Mini and Avalon 3S represent our vision of user-friendly practical mining solutions for the modern individual. We're reimagining how technology can create value while minimizing environmental waste. The Avalon 3 Mini's ability to generate cryptocurrency while heating your home is a perfect example of our vision for sustainable multi-purpose technology. Transforming cryptocurrency rigs into household devices is not a new concept. Back in 2017, Avi Eisenberg, who operated South Florida distilleries for Fort Lauderdale, created a heating system that used ASIC miners to mine crypto while accelerating the rum distillation process. In 2018, the French startup Quarnaut introduced the QC1 as a heater designed specifically for crypto mining. More recently, companies like HeatBit and Decentral have entered the market with products that combine heating capabilities with crypto mining. So, good. Some ingenuity going on there in the mining, ASIC mining industry, and I like how these guys are putting this together. Let's get into our next story, which is crypto whales gobble up $2.7 billion worth of XRP and DOGE in just 2 days. Yeah, during the dip, the whales are jumping in and buying the big market cap cheapies. A closely followed analyst says the deep-pocketed crypto investors have scooped up over $2.5 billion worth of XRP and DOGE in just a couple days. In a new thread, crypto trader Ali Martinez tells his 11,000 followers on X, whales have been making the moves to accumulate payments focused altcoin XRP. Whales bought roughly 1 billion XRP in 24 hours, and here's the chart. At the time of writing, XRP is trading for $2.54, indicating that the whales accumulated $2.54 billion worth of the third largest altcoin by market cap. Moving on to the popular meme asset coin DOGE, Martina says that crypto whales gobbled up massive amounts of the DOGE-themed altcoin over 2 days. They bought over 470 million DOGE in 48 hours. With DOGE trading for 33 cents at the time of writing, the whales Dogecoin trove is now worth 158 million. In total, the deep-pocketed investors accumulated 2.7 billion worth of XRP and DOGE. Looking at the charts, Martinez predicts XRP will skyrocket to a huge price tag in February, noting that the asset has two potential entry points. The first is the rising trend line of pennant at $2.05. The second is a breakout outside the pennant at $2.50. Regardless of your entry, the target remains $10. Excellent. So here we are. There are two entry points, and the target is $10. That's amazing. The crypto strategist goes to note that the digital assets saw declining levels of capital inflows in the last 30 days. Capital inflows in the crypto market went from 134 billion to 68 billion over the month, representing a 49% decline. So over the month, people are putting less money in, 50% less money in. But he has some pretty strong predictions there about XRP quadrupling there to $10 or 5x. So that might be something I and many people might want to look at. Now, before we get into our next story, I just want to talk to people about money debasement. Okay, fiat money debasement. So I'm going to just quickly go through this with you guys. So I want to explain, because you keep hearing this term, debasement. What does it actually mean? Our money's worth less. It's actually estimated at approximately 11% less a year. So if you had $1, it's actually worth 89 cents this year and will be worth 78 cents next year, and so on and so on. And then you wonder why you can't buy as much. So let's put this in an easy way. Okay, so we've got the total money supply, which is represented here. Total money supply. Okay, so this was, we'll call it the year 2000. Right? So let's say your little slice of the pie was this, of the total money supply. Your slice of the pie was this. Okay, the vertical line. Now, 25 years later, what has happened is we have kept increasing our money supply over and over and over and over and over. And they keep printing more money. So now you still see the money supply of 2020, and you see your sliver. But now this is the money supply. And look what's happened to your sliver. It used to be a fair chunk of that amount of the total money supply in 2020. Now, your little sliver is nothing compared to the current money supply. So this, I think, is a good example. Your little sliver hasn't changed. The money supply has changed. So you have less of the total supply, I think, is the best way to describe this. So fiat is a bit of a sham, I have to say. They cannot stop with the fiat system. I know people say, hey, let's just, cut the chase and let's just get rid of the bloody fiat and go straight to crypto or straight to Bitcoin. And they'll never do it because there's too much invested there. There's pension funds. There's trillions. 70% of everything that's worth anything in the world, markets, pension funds, assets, real estate, would crash. So I don't expect that to happen. But what you can do is you can invest a little bit into Bitcoin, and that will hold its value because it's a finite, limited supply, and there's not going to be any more of them, and that's just the way it's going to be forever. So it's almost mathematically guaranteed to go up. whereas your fiat money is mathematically guaranteed to decrease in value, as I showed you with that quick little comparison. In our next segment, Ask AI, a couple days ago went through and did a few great looking images with some simple prompts, and I showed you guys, we went through kind of what to type, and the more detail you request, you put into your prompt, the more detail you get out of it. We asked it to create in the top image there, beautiful image of a beautiful woman wearing a long, transparent red dress in the mountains with wildflowers and the most scenic picture anyone has ever seen. And we added more detail than that. You can go back into the other episodes and check it out. And then in the other bottom images, we asked for a beautiful landscape image, and Chat GPT came back with the middle image, Grok came back with the bottom image, and we put the exact same prompt, the same text into both, and we wanted to compare what actually they generated, and both came back with excellent photos. ChatGPT came back with more of a fantasy style picture, the middle one, and Grok came back with a very, very realistic looking picture that almost looks like a photograph. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put them to the test again, and today I've already generated a prompt to save a little time, and I've put it into both Grok and ChatGPT. Remember, the more detail you put in, and I feel I could have put even more detail into this thing, when doing other prompts for photos, I'll do each paragraph here is a prompt. So I don't mess around. I put massive amounts of information, exactly what I want, and sometimes it takes 10 minutes to write the prompt, but then you get a really good result out of it. So the more info you put into the prompt, the more you're going to get out of it, as we've discussed. And what I typed in today is generate an image of a beautiful representation of the town of Banff, Alberta, with the mountains in the background and beautiful blue sky leading into the sunset, in which both the town and the mountains are in view, and you can see for many miles beyond that. Okay, just made a couple, I didn't actually go through and edit this thing first, so there, it makes more logical sense now. And I'm going to hit OK on both of them. Okay, Grok's come back with its request, and ChatGPT just had some technical difficulty with that. Bear with me for a second. Forcing me to go through it again. So let's quickly paste this, and Grok has come back with its images, and ChatGPT is currently generating the image. So and actually both are coming back with pretty similar images. Wow, that's completely realistic on the left. It really looks like a photograph. And when you're in the town, I must admit, it looks a lot nicer than it does from from the sky view here. It looks more like the Chat GPT image. And the Chat GPT, I would say, did a better job for us in this respect. Let's get a better blown up view of both of these. And I like the imagery of Chat GPT. Looks very, very... This is more like what I remember the town being. I'll be honest. This Grok photograph style may be realistically what it actually is, but when I was there, it felt like the bottom image by far. So today, I feel like ChatGPT, because of its fantasy style imaging, I definitely prefer the ChatGPT image, the bottom one, compared to the Grok. Again, they give you 4 attempts in Grok, but I still don't see it. So let's add a little more info to Grok and see. Let's just say, please recreate the images of Banff, but more of a fantasy style image. And let's see if it comes back with anything good here. Right now, ChatGPT is the clear winner, I would say, in this respect. Let's see what it comes back with. And currently generating. And we, again, are coming with not real fantasy style images, but, you know, let's choose what it says. In a mystical realm. Let's try that. I don't think it's going to cut it compared to the GPT image. Just this is the real fantasy style resort-like town that I'm looking for. Okay, there we go. This is actually looks a lot more like the town. So it did do a decent job, but it took a couple prompts. Not bad in both respects. ChatGPT seemed to get it right off the hop, the interpretation. Grok took a couple tries. A little more information was needed. It still came back with something pretty good. I like its representation on the second shot. Out of 4 tries, or I suppose out of 8 tries. This one's nice too. They were able to get 2 out of the 8. Pretty damn good. Now, what I can say is ChatGPT, the free version, you're only getting 3 images per day generated, max. And Grok, I still haven't really found a limit for it. So kudos to Elon Musk and X for allowing multiple images per day and going above and beyond what ChatGPT does. ChatGPT, they want you to pay for their service before giving you any, 3 images a day. You really have to create good prompts and get your 3 images a day accurately, because you only have 3 shots at it. Whereas Grok, it looks like over and over, you can pretty much say, try another, add this, add that. And it does come back with some more recommendations. Add floating islands with enchanted forests. Let's try it. So between the two, I would give the first crack, Chat GPT was the clear winner. After a couple tries, Grok got it right. But and it came back with an error this time around. And again, it's consistent. For realism, Grok is better. For fantasy, ChatGPT is better. I do like the fantasy style that ChatGPT comes back with, but in many situations, a lot of people who want to create content don't want this fantasy stuff. They want it to look realistic and to fool people as if they were actually in Banff. I think both turned out pretty good compared to, certainly what I could do, and it's a lot cheaper than having to take a flight out there and doing it myself. Banff is not a cheap town. It's beautiful, but it's become so popular that it's pretty expensive to stay there in terms of accommodations. A better option, it's only 1 hour from Calgary. A better option is to stay in Calgary, rent a car, go out there for the day, an hour there, come back at night, and instead of spending, 4, 5, 800, 1,000 a night in Banff, you're spending 150, 200 a normal in a very, very decent hotel in Calgary. The other option is there's a town called Canmore, which is 10 minutes from Banff, and that's pretty good. Less expensive, but still it's gained a reputation as well, so it's pretty expensive there too. But if you've never gone, I recommend check out Banff. You'd love it. Remember, everybody, when talking about money, money is abundant and money's everywhere. Time is what's scarce, so spend less money than you earn and spend your time wisely. If you suddenly make more money, save more money, invest more money. The younger you are to start investing, the better off you are. If you start in your 20s, you should be able to retire when you're 40 and a bit, not 65, 75, like a lot of people do, and they at that point can't even do the things they love anymore due to mobility issues or, health issues. And if you have a great idea, start on your great idea today. Don't wait until tomorrow. Start today, and everything will soon come together before you know it. As always, if you found this stream enjoyable, please share, like, comment, and subscribe, and we shall see you on the next stream, folks.